Previously on the Somnium Files. We drove. We got some secrets out of Ota. We interrogated Iris. Now, Iris and Ota are hiding something big from us. So alas, it's time to interrogate Iris's Somnium. The doors, we've got the TV. This map is incredibly ominous. Wait, how do I control this here? Neighbor?
A CRT TV.
Hit. Spin the dial. We're not going to do that yet.
A double door.
Open.
It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it. A double door.
Hiya! Hiya!
Stop that! You're not helping! A CRT TV.
Whenever we get here, we're going to get jacked. So, dial. Oh.
Stop!
Oh, I don't like
What is
that.
this
Don't
video?
like
It
this.
is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Oh boy. All right, we've branched. We have very much branched. Strangle it. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh my goodness. Okay. Or so. Here. Gun. I hate it. I totally hate it. Alright, this is blue remains.
A full-body mirror.
Okay, so we are forced to use this. It's annoying.
Are you sure I can break this mirror?
No, I don't think you have the strength to break it.
Yeah,
Then why did you
challenge
ask me
accepted.
to, pervert?
Just punch
Whoa,
it,
whoa.
and I'm not a pervert. You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
Five minutes left, Date.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
Well, this is... I hesitate to do it, but... Is in fact what we were asked to do. Although I suppose it has a rope around its neck, so pushing it would. I do these effects
My
are.
consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
This is terrifying. This is legitimately unsettling. Beat it to wow. Wow. All right. I don't like this.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Smell. Chug, chug, chug.
Do not pressure me, Date.
This could only go
Pressure
badly.
you.
Into drinking alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, no.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
All right,
4
fair
minutes.
enough. TV's still over here.
An old television. That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
All right.
Let's
New
go.
options unlocked. Oof.
Only a shelf.
This one gives me another 1/6, so.
That shelf sticking out. It seems odd.
Push, Ivor. Push. Oh, that's a ball. Watch your head. Watch your head. Oh no, Ivor, you're in danger. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Look out. Look out, you're gonna get Danganronpa V3'd.
What? What happened?
A metal ball must have fallen off the shelf.
Why would anyone put that there?
Little does Ivor know, she did get Danganronpa V3'd. No, I will not elaborate. If you know, you know.
An iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
Kick.
Where should I throw it?
Throw it that way.
Understood.
All right. Heft.
It is unexpectedly light. All right. Yeah!
Yeet. Bonk. Oh no. Did we accomplish the goal? We may have accomplished the goal.
I feel like that ball hit me in the head.
Now, a TV and an old book have appeared.
I hope this is the last time.
All right. What the hell is possibly next here? Shoot to death! Oh, poggers. I hate it here. I want to go home. Worn out reference book. TV is still here. Gun. Got a long ways to go. Wrong TV.
It is a thick book.
Butterfly.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
Can you tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on... insects! It's
Hi.
a book on insects!
Ivor, your smile.
Don't get excited. I know how you love bugs.
Ivor,
Does
not the
this
time.
book belong to Iris?
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
True. We cannot conclude anything.
Alright, other TV is here.
3 minutes, Date.
Working on it, boss.
An old-fashioned TV.
Alright, I'm going to turn the dial, get my 1/6. So it seems like in this path there are ways to, there have to be ways to not directly do the crime. Like, I'm sure if we walked up to the other torso, we could have aggressively beaten it and gotten the Iba Chaos route.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Like, there's two thoughts here. She had a, we know that she is very conspiracy pilled and true crime pilled. So, it's highly possible that she just was thoroughly true crime pilled on the Cyclops killings. The scarier possibility is that she, say over there. There's a gun over there. The scarier possibility here being that she, the locker's over there. Did in fact witness this at some point in time.
Just a locker.
Listen. I'm gonna burn 30 seconds here, just to get another 1/6. What? Die!
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Whoa, whoa. Oh my god, we're getting Danganronpa V3 all day, every day. Bonk. Bonk. Now at this point we're getting Metroid primed. The way we're rolling about on the gratings above the floor here. This is straight out of Metroid Prime. There's gonna be a missile expansion at the end of all this. Bonk. Water. What? What is this, Rube Goldberg? Oh, that's a hook. That's going into something. Bonk. Oh my good god. What is happening right now? medicine. Bonk! What? Why is everything exploding today? Oh, oh, big hook. There's gonna be some kind of Renju analog now. Whoa, good God! Did we just win?
That is...
Hey. Jesus. Oh. Whoa. Oh. What did we just see? What did we just see? There's something I wanted to bring up last video. We had a few circumstances.
What happened in that Somnium?
We had a few circumstances of,
We saw it too.
Iris obviously discussing, like, a dosage here, in moments that seemed humorous, but the one thing that was kind of jarring was Date talking about, just shooting Sosage but through the door. And again, Iris makes reference to not enough dosage.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
So what in heaven's name does that mean?
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are
Strangling?
these memory fragments that coalesced in
Rock.
this Somnium.
No.
Gum?
That means the person who killed them was...
We're not even going to touch that conversation. Something happened 6 years ago that Bot does not want us to remember. I am genuinely uncomfortable.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. Between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
If that fragment means what it seems to imply, then Pewter's word, just trust me, the culprit is not the same, means a whole lot different. Means a whole lot more, doesn't it?
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
Red face?
I wouldn't know. The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect.
That's for sure.
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes a subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
And clearly, Iris's dreams.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium
That's a
earlier...
powerful sentence.
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Jesus. How?
Pewter, you said that memories happened in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
Like, even if you're telling a science fiction story, you're inventing the world and the mechanics within, but the core of the story is still based around emotions, feelings, themes, whatnot, that in some way able to speak on.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person
scene.
doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain.
6 years ago, memory
You have no
shenanigans.
memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer.
Pewter knows more.
You're missing your left eye. So you steal them from others.
Pewter knows way more than he's letting on. Judging by what we know, that
I'm kidding.
Pewter
You
is
can't
the
be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
That's also possible. That is also entirely possible. I'm still suspicious of what Pewter knows, though. Given that Pewter is in league with Renju to some degree, although Renju is dead in this time. So... who really knows about the original Cyclops killer?
Didn't I
serial
tell you?
killers?
The
Don't ask.
entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
I think it's just become more relevant than you'd care to.
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago.
You would care to
I
admit.
lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
It's
There
worth investigating.
isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
That, I feel like Pewter's vague posting, Pewter's vaguing us about it, while Boss is like big sister parent condescending us that everything's
You
okay.
can't dream of something you know
nothing's there.
nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just
Terrifying.
one, but all four?
Totally terrifying. It's still entirely possible that she just true crimed the shit out of it, but not out of the question that she witnessed it. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. Just have more questions. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sync room.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Yeah, that was kind of a
Dream?
lot.
What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sync does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
And what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
It was a place that Renju kept trying
Dreams
to take
are
her.
pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
That abandoned building
You
with the other
can't dream
sync
of something
machine
you know
was.
nothing about.
An abandoned building.
Date, could you take Iris home?
huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her.
I want to check on something for a second. So yeah, the old
In
Cyclops,
Somnium, we couldn't find anything.
old Cyclops killings. Right eye lost. New Cyclops killings had their left eye removed, and in Iris's ending, when Iris dies, she had her left eye removed too before she died, so she was a victim of the new Cyclops killer.
The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Which has got me asking more questions here.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Huh.
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do
Huh.
you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. You inviting someone? She's sending a Nile message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. We're gonna get ambushed? I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. We're going to have that Golden Yokocho fight scene. Which did happen before. Which led to Iris being kidnapped. Which would be a much different... Okay, we're going directly to Marble, so maybe not. We walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. Mama. Mama! So I was surprised I saw Ota sitting at the counter.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
What a coincidence! I totally didn't message you to come here or anything. You with your phone up here? Oh, we are getting a different angle of, There's Saint Sebastian. There's written the chalkboard. Poster on the wall. Okay, yeah, no time for, Mama shenanigans. Hanger on the wall. Flyer. Yeah, no time for Mama's, horny shenanigans. This got much more serious. Very, very serious, very unsettling, very quickly. Not even a "there's Mama" joke, Alright, Ota. Looks like he's bothered by something. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
Wasn't particularly surprised. Mom was always dependent on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier.
Right.
She said she was going to Marble, so... I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
The what thing?
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
What? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? What the fuck? Alright. What the fuck's going on here? I woke up, I was lying on the sofa. They're gone.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. Hi, Mama. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back. It's just Mama. Suppose. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama. Okay, good.
It looks like you're awake now.
Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Pausing the drive Benito. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
The old days? Where's Ota?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Hey boss, sorry to
Date,
wake you.
The boss is calling.
Oh,
great.
how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
What?
I sent the address to Iba.
What?
Iris.
Live streamed.
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Oh god.
The source.
Identified. The Okiura
Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I thanked Mama and ran out of marble. What the fuck? If this is a story lock, I swear to God, I'm going to
What's
shit.
our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time.
Alright. We are watching the live stream while we are here.
That sick bastard.
It's a bear. God, bears.
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
What?
Ota.
This is some elaborate stage stunt of theirs.
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
What the? Kept my foot to the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised a high-pitched scream, but I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself disappeared. Eventually the car reached the wrong bridge. Shortly after the image changed. I'm here again. Time for round 2.
No, it can't be.
Here comes the bears. The bear and Ota are never in the shot
Stop!
at the same time. Oh, this is bad. Stream's gonna cut off right before anything happens. Oh, okay. I'm a little suspicious at the fact that the net needs go running free, and they immediately give us this to chew on in the vein of the new Cyclops killer. But, goddamn, that looked damn convincing.
No!
I really hope it's not true. Also very much jars with Ota and Iris being there together. There's a van here. That van looks familiar. I don't recognize that car. Bear? Iris? What? In good heaven's name. Camera tracks. Ota?
Ota.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a very real dead body. God's name just happened. Are we being interrogated now? Understandable. A lot has fucking happened.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you. It's rare to see you down like this. But it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks?
I don't like the look of
Ota
your face.
Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out.
Yeah, she's well and truly dead.
Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person.
I'm willing to consider that this was a copycat, but then again, my original consideration there was on the express thought that they were copycatting it for the social cloud.
The new Cyclops killer.
I don't understand.
There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
While sitting in front of me. Ota had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it. Making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Door? The door. Yes.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
Let's not discount the fact that in Mizuki's Somnium about finding Shoko's body, there is a hidden secret involving Iris being dead.
That's a stretch.
So maybe there is some sort of connection there.
They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that?
To go out like a hero?
The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
It's a fucked way to go.
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
And the
There are
live
some
stream
additional
served no
discrepancies.
purpose too.
I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss what Iba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Alright.
Really?
Yes, really.
She did start this conversation with here's what HQ thinks.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
He still has his eye.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a
Lemniscate,
connection between the
Kumakura?
victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Hmm. This is really... many questions. Why save? Why the live stream? How'd they get into that situation? Even... It's like there's no... Why the live stream? Unless whoever the new Cyclops killer is familiar with Iris and her Bloom Park Sunfish Pocket. Why? In terms of where these 3 were found, Bloom Park Sunfish Pocket. Memories with Mizuki. Iris is more live stream part of it.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris.
Also, goddamn, Mizuki
She was good friends with
has
Ota
gone
too.
through with it. She has lost
But
her
that's
friends
why I
and
could
her
never
family.
believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them.
She certainly did not.
Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
In terms of connections, that's just to imagine.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju.
Oh god.
Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemniscate either. And since Renju is the president...
Need a side story where
Anyway,
Mayumi is the
weak
killer.
point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her.
What? Hussy?
And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him. Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras. But there's no connection to Iris.
Not that we know of. Through Lemniscate, at least. So...
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates. And she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way.
yeah, definitely
No
not her
matter what the
daughter.
circumstances were, it seems impossible to me. Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
The only link is circumstantial from Iris's route when, The only thing I can think of is Iris's route when the, saw Hitomi and So together. But
I know Renju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
I low-key want to go back here before we even try confronting any of the victims' families. I stepped in the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. Temperature hadn't raised much at all. Cold air sunk into my skin. The center of my body was burning hot.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Is this Ota's blood? Spectre is doing his duties as usual. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
This marker, little marker put up to track evidence at the scene.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Hello there.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Tar and floor covered with a layer of ice. We found Iris back here in the
I
past.
have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Okay, our laptop used for the stream. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this ice-cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed.
God, okay, yeah.
The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Ice cutting machine. Forklift. Don't say anything special about it. Hook is hanging from the center ceiling crane. Iris and Ota's blood.
Right here. Iris and Ota were...
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Jesus.
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
Don't see any clues here. Come on. Oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. It led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice-cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Let me know if you find anything. Let them know, and then left the warehouse. Oh? Right at the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Boss doesn't want to tell us, but you do.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little...
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
Well, well.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
You did?
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
You stated that precisely those words. Well done, Pewter.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice.
Alright.
One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras. They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Well. Well, huh. Pewter looks grimly serious. About Rohan.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason
Jesus.
why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years.
Fucked up.
However,
Fucked up.
he soon met his ideal partner,
Oh, God.
the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established.
A psychopath and a guy
This
obsessed with
was
women's
the
eyeballs.
origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss. That... I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you. He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder.
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
Do the murder get the good brain juice?
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Huh. Summarize for me.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case,
Classic.
he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Number 89?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Number 89.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
That would certainly do it. That would certainly do it. Good old Yotoda. I don't even have a witty send-off here. We are, Yeah, I don't have a witty send-off. We have absorbed a lot of very serious information today, and I will see you next time for more very serious information.